Hello, let's discuss how to analyze the VARC section of a mock or how to analyze a VARC sectional. So in case you're looking for an in-depth approach, in case you're confused how the analysis should happen, then this video is for you. Okay, so first things first is a broad analysis. See, this is something that should happen for every sectional that you take, right? Without fail. So for all the incorrect questions, the ones that you've got incorrect, reattempt them first, right? So now you know that, okay, out of the 4 options, you have marked one incorrect option. Now try to see, read the question stem again, if needed, read the passage again, and see, are you able to now find the correct answer, right? So let's say you are able to, that is also learning, right? You are learning through this process. If you're still not able to, that means this is a genuinely difficult question for you, and you really need to read the solution. You perhaps need to watch the video solution and understand what the question stem was asking, or understand the part of the RC from where this answer comes, right? So this is something that should happen without fail. Then of course, whatever you've skipped in the exam, all the questions, whether from the RC or from the VA, they should be solved now, right? Again, this is learning. You are learning solving through this. Okay. Third is that if you have the time, then see the logic also of the correct questions. Fine, you've got them correct, but does your logic match the author's logic? Right? Your reasoning match their reasoning. This is also important, no? Because it's possible that, let's say, it was a fluke, okay, or let's say your reasoning is widely different from what the author's reasoning is. So there is value in doing this as well. Okay. Then fourth is that check your accuracy rate. Because see, what is our aim? We have to reach an accuracy of 75 to 80%. That's our aim. So if currently you are at a 50%, a 55%, 60%, so check that accuracy rate and then see, okay, where were the mistakes made? In which areas were the mistakes more? Okay, how much time did I spend on these areas? So broadly, check your accuracy rate in RC, in VA. Check the time spent in the RC section, I mean on the 4 RCs and on the 8 VA questions, right? Also, if you have the time, then yes, see if, let's say, if all your incorrect questions, let's say, come from this one RC, they are concentrated. If they are concentrated in, let's say, 1 or 2 RCs, then that means perhaps the comprehension of those 1 or 2 RCs was a challenge for you. Maybe you didn't get the author's intent, maybe you didn't understand their tone. So that means you now have to reread those RCs slowly, grasp the author's idea, main idea, and reattempt these questions, right? And lastly, the job doesn't end here. Just see if your passage selection is appropriate. Whether you, so let's say you selected one passage in the beginning and you ended up spending 15 minutes on it. Okay, probably it was a difficult RC for you. Then that means the question selection, passage selection was not very appropriate. Now, how will you do all this on your own? Are there tools to aid you? So yes, you know that we have launched our new mock portal and it provides you various tools to do all of these, right? So let me just walk you through it and show you. So here is a sectional that has already been taken by the student, and these are the features that are available to you. So this is your broad scorecard. It tells you your marks from the correct questions, then the negatives that you got. So then basically how many marks did you earn? Okay, your rank among all the students who took this test, right? Also your accuracy percentage overall. So here we can see that it needs improvement. Okay, apart from this, to have an overview of the number of questions that you got correct, incorrect, correct here, for example, the blue ones, incorrect, the orange ones. So this is also something that is visible to you as a sort of a chart, right? And your time utilization, very, very important, right? You should try to increase this blue area, isn't it? The time spent on the correct questions, correctly attempted questions, should be relatively higher as compared to the ones spent on skipped or incorrect questions. So this is just a broad overview. Also, this is something that we are working on. We are working on providing you 7 categories. Very easy, easy to moderate, moderate to difficult, difficult and very difficult. So it will be a very, very comprehensive analysis once this is incorporated, right? As far as the LOD is concerned. Okay. Now, what is it that you have to do when you have to resolve? So this is your solution report, as you can see. Okay. So as you can see here, the first answer here was correct, right? So you can just, if you just want to briefly read the logic behind it, you can do that. If however you want to watch the video wherein, let's say for instance, you got the third question incorrect, now you want to understand the logic behind it through a video, so here is the video for the whole of the RC, right, along with all the 4 questions explained. Okay, so this is how you can watch the video solution. Then for the incorrect ones, we don't right away display the correct answer to you, right, so that you can reattempt, you can see okay which out of B, C and D are correct, and then check your solution, right? So then when you click on show solution, the solution will be visible to you and an explanation is also provided. Okay, so this is how you will reattempt the incorrect ones, you will check the logic of the correct ones, and you will also attempt those questions that you have skipped. Okay, so here is the question for you. Just now you can't type in this, okay, just see what the answer should be, and then you can click on show solution. Again with the same exercise, you can read the explanation or you can watch the video solution as well, right? So this will take care of these first 3 steps: reattempt the incorrect questions, solve the unsolved, check the logic of the correct questions. Your accuracy rate was visible to you in the overview. So if you see in the overview, your overall accuracy, now this is out of all the 24 questions, is visible to you. Okay, but let's say you want to see topic wise accuracy, what do you do then, right? So if you want to see a topic wise accuracy, here is a subject report, so click on this topic report. Now it gives you your topic wise accuracy. So for example, in the 4 sentence parajumbles, you didn't attempt anything here. In the 5 sentence parajumbles, again here let's say it's a passage which was from the genre science and technology, you got all 4 correct, no incorrect, and you spent 8 minutes 10 seconds on this passage. Good, right? So this is how you can now go for the 4th step, wherein you are deep diving into your accuracy rate, topic wise, subsection wise. Okay, and lastly, to check if the passage selection was appropriate, of course, when you are analyzing, when you are going through the RC sets, you can see okay, this is the RC where I got all 4 correct. Okay, so at which number, at which rank did I go for this one, the one based on science and technology? When did I attempt this? Okay, here I got 3 correct, 1 incorrect. Okay, on which number did I attempt this? So this is something that you can see to see if your passage selection was appropriate or not. Okay, did you rank them wisely or not? Alright, so this is how your mock portal will help you for a broad analysis. Now, this is something that I said should happen for every single sectional and mock that you take. What else can you do in case you want to really deep dive into your paper, your section? And I think after every alternate or after every 2-3 sectionals or mocks, you should do this question analysis as well. I think in the beginning this helps, this has a lot of value even when you do it for every sectional, every mock, right? So for the incorrect questions, see these 5 things, do these 5 things. See what was the question type, main idea, strengthen, weaken, right, tone question, inference question. What was the question type? Note it down. Okay, this you can make an Excel and note it down there. Then label the trap type. So for the incorrect questions, see, okay, I marked C as the answer, but this is not really the answer. So what is the trap here? In fact, you could do this for all the options if you have the time, right? But definitely for this one, that I fell into this trap. And let me give you the Rodha method for identifying the traps, for labeling these traps. So the R of Rodha stands for range mismatch, right? Whether the option is too broad as per the RC passage or too narrow, right, to answer the question. Out of scope, the passage hasn't really stated it or implied it. Okay, neither stated nor implied by the passage. Distractor, fine, what it says is true, but it doesn't really answer the question. Oh, this is partially true, this is not completely true. Oh, this reverses the cause and effect. So such options are what? They are distractors. They are meant to distract you. The H stands for hyperbole. Hyperbole means extreme. Okay, so options that usually have such words like definitely, certainly, right? So hyperbole, extreme options. And attitude problem here is a tone mismatch, right? The tone of the author does not match with the tone of the option. So there is an attitude, because attitude is the tone. There's an attitude problem there, right? So see which trap did you fall into, right? Label that trap type. Third thing that you can do is see what exactly was your flaw. Was it a reasoning based flaw, that okay, your reasoning was wrong? Maybe let's say you weren't able to identify this trap. Or was it simply a bit of laziness, that let's say you didn't go back to the passage? If the question is from a specific area, I always tell you to go back to the passage, to go back to that specific area, reread it and then attempt. Yes, so see if you did this. Okay, and in case you didn't do it, probably then the faulty memory led to an incorrect answer. This is something that can of course be improved easily, right? So see why you made that flaw. Write down, okay, write this down. In one word you can actually sum it up. Time pressure, yes or no? Did you feel a time pressure? Then you can write a yes or no here. Okay, so these are some observations for you to act on. And did you get it correct on reattempt? If yes, then yes, okay, this was in a learning zone. This question was in the learning zone for you. You got it incorrect for the first time, but then later on you understood the logic. If no, that means there could be a genuine comprehension problem as regards that specific area of the passage, the entire passage, this particular question stem, or the options and the logic, right? So here you need to work more. Okay, so far what all have we discussed? We have talked about a broad analysis, which is something that should happen for every section, every mock. A question wise analysis, which has a lot of value, especially in the initial stages. I have given you the Rodha method to label the trap types, right? And now what else? Okay, I think that you should analyze your questions, according to the time that you spent on each question and what was its level of difficulty. So this is a time LOD analysis, right? I am sure that this is something that you intuitively know, feel. I have just codified it for you. That's it. So if the time spent on, let's say, a question was above average, it was easy and you got it correct also, right? So in that case, if the time is relatively higher, that's okay, right? That means you just need some more practice, isn't it? This means it just needs some more practice. Okay. However, if the time spent was higher, it was easy and you got it incorrect, that's a cardinal sin. Yes, possibly you were overthinking and you shouldn't have done that, right? This is something that you should absolutely avoid, because this is an easy question and even after spending a lot of time you got it incorrect. So this is a loss situation, out and out loss situation for you, right? So notice especially these kinds of questions, right? Work on these kinds of questions, solve them again, see what you missed out. Was it a silly mistake, right? So you can actually in case that is the case, that it was a silly mistake, so you can note down what silly mistake was made and try not to repeat it, right? So have an Excel, right, and go for this drill down sort of an analysis. Okay, then if let's say it was a difficult question, you spent above average time on it, okay, but you got it correct, that means that this is your learning zone. If you are getting it correct after spending an above average time, that means your comprehension is sound. It's just a matter of relative speed, right? Maybe you can reach here, okay, you have that potential that you can reach there, where in CAT also you can attempt the difficult questions and get them correct, right? But we just need to work on our speed. So this is your learning zone. If this was a difficult question, you spent a lot of time on it and you got it incorrect, this was your skip candidate. This should not have been attempted, okay? Every question will give you 3 marks. So you need not do such questions that are difficult and spend a lot of time on it, okay? Avoid such questions. All right? Then now let's talk about the good stuff. So easy question, you got it correct in below average time. Amazing, right? Wow, right? That means you also found it easy. You had enough speed to do it in less time and you got it correct. Excellent. Okay. Easy, below average time, incorrect. So was it the time, the below average time, that led to this being incorrect? Was it a hurried response on your part? Was the time pressure playing into your mind? Or were you reading superficially? What happened? Check these two here, right? And if, let's say, this was a difficult question and you got it incorrect, and but yes, the silver lining is that you spent below average time here. In that case, just check whether you really understood the passage or the specific area from where the question came, whether you understood the question stem and the options, what they were saying, the logic of the author or not. So check this for these areas. Okay, but yes, difficult incorrect is the reflection zone where you need to reflect whether I should have attempted this question or shouldn't have, right? And difficult, you took below average time and you got it correct. Amazing. Okay, nothing like it. But just confirm the logic also once, that your logic matches the author's logic, right? Just confirm that once. So this is your time LOD analysis. I think it has a lot of value in showing you your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities and your threats. All of these, right? It's a SWOT analysis, out and out, right? Your strengths, right? Your weaknesses, your opportunities, okay? And these could be the threats in the exam also, right? Superficial reading, hurried response, low comprehension. So it's an out and out SWOT analysis for you, okay? Lastly, and this is something that works cumulatively, you can go for a topic analysis, okay? If, let's say, VA is an area where you feel, I'm getting questions incorrect, this is a constant feeling, right? Then, bifurcate, divide them into topics, okay? Which are the topics that are proving to be consistently difficult for me? So take 3 sectionals and then see, okay, which VA topics do I always get wrong or mostly get wrong? Is it, in case this is a feeling for RCs as well, see if this is operating into some specific genres that you always get wrong. For instance, is it philosophy? Is it abstract passages? So this can be done when you feel that on a consistent basis I am getting some area, some particular question type, topic, etc. incorrect. So I don't think an analysis can get more comprehensive than this. Now, I understand that this will take a lot of your time, but again, as I showed you, the mock portal is here to help you. For example, here also, in a question analysis, how can the mock portal help you? Let me show you. So, here is your question report, right? So, it shows you what is your status of the answer, whether you got it correct or not, right? How much time you took. Okay, so for example, I can see here that in this particular question, see this. After spending 3 minutes 58 seconds, this was still wrong. This was still incorrect. So this is something that I should definitely have avoided. Yes, and see the topper's time here. Now you get to compare it to the topper's time as well. The topper took only 1 minute 56 seconds. So almost half the time than you did, right? So the question report here will help you to see the time that you took, the topper's time, right? So it will really help you to see whether there was a time pressure or not, whether you wasted time, okay? And it will also then make you understand how you need to encounter that time pressure, right? So probably this should have been absolutely skipped. This was one way to overcome such a dilemma, that you spent so much time and you still got it incorrect, right? So this is how the question report can help you there. Okay, for question type, for RC genre type, you can again go to the topic report. Okay, and as far as this is concerned, I told you we are working on this, and we will give you 7 categories of difficulty level: very easy, easy to moderate to difficult and very difficult. Okay, and then there you can see which one was correct for you, which one was incorrect for you, right? So it will help you in a time LOD analysis as well. Okay, apart from this, you can always compare your performance, okay, the time that you took, right, your accuracy versus the topper's accuracy. All of this is also available to you, right? So you can have a comparative sort of an analysis, not just an individual analysis, right? So question report will help you with your individual questions. Solution report will help you to reattempt, solve the skipped ones. Okay, also watch the video solutions that are available to you. And then we have the subject report, wherein you can go to a deep dive into the topics that you've got correct or incorrect. This will help you in the topic analysis as well. Okay, and of course this is an overview for you, the overview of the scorecard. So a lot of things available in the mock portal are going to help you to make this process speedier and easier, because I understand students feel analysis takes a lot of time, but A, there is a lot of value in the time that you spend here, and B, take the help of the mock portal to help you here. And yes, use the Rodha method for labeling the trap types. So I hope this has helped you. I hope this has helped you to see our mock portal, and it has also motivated you to analyze your mocks, because remember, this analysis actually then becomes a small step that you climb further, because when you analyze your mock, when you write down your learnings from it, and then you implement those learnings in your next sectional, your next mock, the step which appears very, very far, you create more steps here and you climb the ladder, right? So I hope this video helps you, and yeah, just let me know if you have any questions, etc. in the comments. Okay, bye bye.